Hello, and welcome back to the Long Dark. When we last left off, we had gotten up to Jackrabbit Island because we were looking for feathers. We had gotten a bunch of feathers, and and now we're up in Jackrabbit Island, starting out once more. Today's plan, we'll probably explore around a little bit and then head back to the gas station. I should mention that this is a re-recording of of the video because unfortunately I forgot that I had my mute button on while this was all going on. So we're going to eat and drink a little bit. You'll notice that our equipment is still underweight. It's 58 pounds, so that's pretty good. And now we are going to step outside. We got the question marks for the hours that are left, but there's no wind. So what it looks like is that it is foggy, and indeed it is foggy. It is also early morning, relatively speaking. Well, actually, it is during the day, so it should be okay, cold wise. So we're going to pick up some sticks, and and there's also a nice limb right over here that we're going to break down. First, let's check the cold to make sure it's not too cold before we spend 45 minutes doing this. And there we go. We're collecting the fir firewood because, of course, like we said before, fir is kind of a valuable commodity. So now I can hear the crows. Wow, there's a ton of rabbits around here. Anyway, I can hear the crows circling up above, but I can't actually see them. See, I look up, and there's no feathers around this guy anymore yet. Part of the reason why that is, of course, is because we've picked him up yesterday, or earlier today. So we're going to head back around. We hear the crows again. Here's this branch thing. I hope they fix this in the next update. Where branches take 10 minutes to break down. It seems like a little bit much. So I'm continuing to hear the crows, and so I'm going to look for them. Then I'm going to come back just in case if I missed something. And sure enough, there's a feather. So let's pick up that crow feather. I'm going to go looking around the other side, but I don't really see anything. So let's head back. Now we're going to head back around. They don't call this Jackrabbit Island for nothing. There sure are jackrabbits all over the place around here. So now we're going to head up here. Is that a limb? No, that's a branch. That's a stick. But this is a limb. It's a cedar limb. So we'll break this down. We get three logs and a tinder plug out of it. So that's pretty good. Okay. So, and now, there we go. The air is cleared, so maybe there's those crows. Maybe we can make a run for the gas station, but then it starts getting dark, and we decide to head back up to the house. And you'll notice it's getting really dark now. So now we're going to head back up to the house. And as you might expect, we're going to go inside the house. and we're gonna, eat and drink and go to sleep. Now, this is super dark, and I'm basically finding my way through on very little light and some memorization. So anyway, the only food that we have really is the MRE, so we're gonna eat that. And we were quite hungry. We were about halfway down the bar, so that's gonna completely fill us up. And then the water. Let's drink a little bit of water. Then we're gonna experience a really interesting bug. So I go back and I go back, and right before I click on the bed, the light comes on. Like all of a sudden, it's bright in the house again. So just to make sure that the massively bright aurora borealis hasn't shown up, or there hasn't been a nuclear explosion outside that I should probably be aware of, I walk outside. And as you might expect, it's dark outside. Really dark outside. So clearly there wasn't anything crazy like, and of course when I come back in, now it's completely dark in the house. So let's light a match. Yeah, it's just kind of a weird bug. And then I'm gonna try to make it happen again. Although really, if you looked at it before, it happened because it was before I even hit the rest button that it happened. So anyway, so let's rest for 8 hours. We got 8 hours of darkness left, um, so it seems like it's still storming. We're gonna eat the rest of our MRE, and then we're gonna drink some. And it's still storming outside. You can hear the wind howling, and it's question marks. So we're gonna rest. It's also dark too, so we're gonna rest for like another 2 hours or so. And now it switches over to daylight, and there we go. Finally, the weather has cleared, and it's light outside. So, with the weather clear now, it's probably a good idea to start heading back to the gas station. So before we go anywhere, we're going to drink the cup of herbal tea, just to get the 100 calories and the thirst. So, at this point, we're going to check and see. It's 59 in here, but the question is, there's only 13 hours of daylight left. So, are we going to be able to really go out and hike all the way across? Sometimes right in the early dawn, it could be 3 arrows of cold. So, but we're going to take the chance. Let's see what it feels like out here, and then we'll go from there. The it's snowing. It's snowing, and it's 16 degrees Fahrenheit. It's 2 cold arrows up. So if we make pretty much a quick line for the gas station, I think we'll be okay. So we're gonna head out here. I'm sending rabbits out in front of me. I feel really bad. We're displacing them, but what can you do? Now, the interesting part is I thought maybe one or both of these rabbits would trigger a wolf attack, but neither of them did. The wolves are actually walking away, so but it was worth a try. Now, I'm not actually heading towards the gas station right now. Right now I'm heading towards the shanty. that's in front of us. And the reason why that is because it's snowing. All it needs is a little bit more snow and some wind, and it's a blizzard. And so, if a blizzard's actually happening, I want to make sure that I'm heading towards something that provides me pretty immediate shelter, and that would be the shanty. So, as long as I continue walking in this straight line, I should be okay even if a blizzard shows up. So, this is sort of why I'm doing it this way. Once I get to the shanty, I'll just target the next shanty, the one that's a little bit off to the right, past the piling there, and and then we'll shoot for that one. There is a wolf off to the right too. You can see him just at the edge of the video there. I'm gonna have to watch out for him. This is the shanty that has the flare next to it. So anyway, so I target the next shanty.
Looks like I made it
And
through another night.
We've made it through another night. This is 19 days now. Anyway, so we head past the piling. There's the wolf. As long as he continues moving to the right, I'm okay. But he shifts and he starts heading back. So, but in a good favor sort of thing, the weather clears. The cold is down to 1 arrow, which means that I'll make it no problem. And so rather than heading towards the shanty, I'm just going to head towards the highway. And this way we'll just head down the highway to get to the gas station. I should probably take this time to talk a little bit about the new update. This is August, and there's supposed to be basically an update every month. Now that the game is getting quite complicated, though, and they have a lot of systems to test and everything, what they have said is that what was scheduled to be the August update is actually going to come out in the middle of September. And as part of that, they are going to include a new zone, which I'm very excited about. And they are going to do updates to existing systems in the game, as well as, I'm sure, adding one or two new major systems. They're probably going to tweak the wood gathering. They may tweak the wolf combat, although I think in terms of for new people coming into the game, the new wolf combat is actually good for them. I remember when I first started playing this game, I got killed like 3 or 4 times by a wolf just because I was busy reading the instructions as the wolf was, chewing my face off. So this way, it's basically just, click, 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 click. I mean, it's very simple, which is one of the reasons why many veterans don't prefer it. But I understand why they did it for, the people who are just coming in. And they may tweak that. Do I like the old way better? Now that I can do it, I sort of like the old way a little bit better, but I understand why they did it. Maybe they will change. They may change it. I don't know if they're going to change it back or not, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, now we're going to head over here. We're going to look around a little bit for any wolves, and I don't see any. So let's head for the gas station. This is our home sweet home. Kind of lucked out on the weather, considering it was snowing when we left. It's nice and sunny now, so we're back to the gas station. Okay, here's the gas station. Now, we have more than enough stuff that we're carrying right now. So we're going to check on the stuff that's cured. So those are cured, and that's at 80 and 93 and 66. So we can pick these ones up and store them away. At some point in time, we're going to want to store it in here. At some point in time, we should probably think about um, we should probably think about snares so that we can pick up some rabbits for skins and meat. But for right now, let's get into the locker. And what we're going to do is we've got a bunch of wood, so why don't we store the wood in a separate area next to the fire. So we're going to pull out all of this stuff that we've got, that's all the fire stuff, and we're going to put it over by the fire. This way, whenever we have to build a fire, we'll just pull it out of this drawer right here. So here we go. We're going to transfer in all the fir firewood. We're going to keep the cedar wood on us. That'll be our wood supply. But we're definitely going to move the newsprint over, and the newsprint rolls rather. And then we definitely don't need 52, so let's keep 7 of them. Okay. All right. We also have a whole ton of cardboard matches and no wood matches. The wood matches are already stored away. So, but in order to try to preserve these cardboard matches, let's put a whole bunch into this container. And eventually we're going to run out of room in here. There we go. Okay, so we'll keep the rest. That's fine. We also haven't found the rifle yet, which is something that we probably should do pretty soon. We've been to a bunch of places that have had the rifle, but the rifle hasn't been there. Now another issue is that we don't have any food on us, so let's go get some food, and we'll check and see if we have any water in here. So let's take the wolf meat. We're going to try to eat that first, and then we're going to also take with us the stuff whose condition is sort of down. That way we can kind of get rid of it before it goes really bad. So that's pretty good. We still have a ton of food, but no water, you'll notice. So it's time to go make some water. What we're going to do is we're going to pull out one of the fir firewood pieces, use it to build a nice big fire, and then we head over to the fire barrel. We'll cook a book to get a 100% chance. That's fine. I do have to say, one of the things that they may do in the new update is they may actually put in that you have to read books in order to learn how to do things, which would be kind of interesting. Right now, books are basically, it says eventually they're going to be, used for knowledge, but they're just for burning right now. So anyway, we're going to melt about a gallon of snow. Let's melt it, and then of course we're going to boil it. So that is potentially one of the new systems that they could put in. Got to add an extra log to this fire, and then let's boil some water. Okay, once we're done boiling water, we will melt some more snow, and we'll just see how much snow we can melt. We're going to set it for a gallon, but we probably won't melt that much. Okay. So now we can eat and drink. So let's eat the can of sardines. nasty candy bar. And then the rest of our calories we'll take out of one of the wolf meats. Okay, and then we should drink some water. And then we should probably store away the rest. Probably half the water. Right, so we'll take the bigger half. We'll put the not safe water away, definitely. And then we're in pretty good shape. We're at 59.77 pounds, which is good. And so now I got to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of our day. Stuff is not yet cured, so we can't do anything with that. We could build snares and set them up on Jackrabbit Island. Or we can try to go looking for the rifle and checking out places that we haven't been yet. One of the places we haven't been, I'm not sure, but I think one of the places we haven't been is the Waterfront cottages, which is, well, I'll start heading in that direction shortly. But yeah, so at this point, we are contemplating leaving. We've got 8 hours of daylight left. Our fatigue is actually pretty good. So, do we head out the door? Or do we head back and do some crafting? And, of course, we're going to head out the door. So, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to check out here and see how things are going with the weather. And then, if the weather is, relatively okay, and it's snowing again. Okay, so, Waterfront cottages. Let's just check around to make sure that there's no wolves first. Now, Waterfront cottages is down this way. Oh, there's a deer down there. Waterfront cottages is this way on the right-hand side. And I couldn't remember. It's not cold, so we're okay for just walking and exploring. And I couldn't remember at this point whether we had actually been to the cottages or not yet. Spoiler alert, we have actually been there in this playthrough, but I couldn't remember. So we're going to head down there anyway just to make sure. And we want to make sure just so that we can sort of cross it off of our list. And just basically say, okay, that's that part of it is complete. So on the way down, we're going to look for limbs, particularly fur limbs. We are also going to look for any saplings that might be around. And, if we run across a body, any feathers and stuff. So while we're walking down here, I should mention, very excited about the new zone. The developers, the update that they put out made them sound very excited, and when they get very excited, we should probably get very excited. And I have to say, on this particular video, we have done very well with weather. I just noticed that the snow has dissipated, and now it's clear weather again. And there's those crows flying off into the distance. So we're going to start heading up. If you look ahead of us, there is the waterfront cabins. And like I said, I couldn't remember. I knew I had been to both islands. I wasn't sure if I had been to the waterfront properties yet. So they're straight ahead, and our plan is to go up between the two rocks that are ahead of us, just checking for wolves and a potential bear. that might be walking around out here. And as I come up to these, the very right rock that's over there, there's a wolf that's going to be walking over the top of it just as I get up here. And so we're going to have to detour a little bit. Let's see if he's going to pop his head out in just a moment. And there he is, right there. There's the wolf walking down the rock. So we're basically going to head to the road and work our way around the other side. So, so with that in mind, we're going to try to avoid him. Could we take him on? Yeah, probably. We probably would win that fight. And we get stuck. Okay, so let's head around the tree here. And there we go. Okay, so could we win a fight with him? Yeah, probably. And we have enough medical supplies that it probably wouldn't be so bad. But let's avoid him for right now. I really want to find out if we've been here already. So I'm going to continue down the road, and I'm going to double back past this large rock formation on the right hand side. And that way I can sort of come into the cottages from the back side. Hopefully the wolf is nowhere near there. So anyway, we sneak around here, and we continue around the side here. And there's the burned out cottage down there. I still don't see the wolf. There's a rabbit who's going running off. And there's the wolf, and I'm thinking, okay, the rabbit is going to aggro the wolf, right? Nope. Nope, there's the wolf. And then he sees us. And here he comes. So we run for the door. Okay, so coastal house. Let's check and see. And we've been here already. Everything's empty. Check the microwave just in case we missed it. We didn't. We're pretty good about that. So now we're just going to head through. And we are going to rest here. And this is going to be where we're going to end the video for right now. We're going to eat and drink a little bit, and then we're going to rest for an hour. And we'll stop the video here, and we'll pick it up from here next time. So anyway, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, our fatigue is up. So we're going to rest for an hour, and this is where we're going to break. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you've had fun, and I will see you in the next video.